As parents, we all want the same thing, right? To give our kids the absolute best start in life. And a huge piece of that puzzle is nutrition, especially when we're talking about building those brilliant, developing minds. So let's dive into how we can do exactly that. I mean, it's the big question, isn't it? How do we give them the tools they need to focus, to learn, and to really thrive? Well, believe it or not, the answer might just be hiding right there in your kitchen. It really all starts with the right kind of fuel. And that fuel? We're talking about omega-3 fatty acids. Think of these as the highest octane, premium fuel for your child's brain. They're absolutely critical for helping them focus, for sharpening their cognitive skills, and for building a strong memory. And here's the really great news. This is so much easier than you think. We're about to unlock 8 powerful and actually delicious vegetarian sources to pack these amazing fats right into your child's diet. Okay, so we're starting with the heavy hitters. Our first group, the seeds and nuts powerhouses, are seriously some of the most concentrated, power-packed, plant-based sources of omega-3s that you can find. So on our list, we've got walnuts, flax seeds, chia seeds, and hemp seeds. Every single one of these is like a tiny titan of nutrition. And the best part? They're incredibly easy to add to meals that your kids probably already love. First up, the classic walnut. I mean, it even looks like a tiny little brain. People have been calling it brain food for centuries, and for a really good reason. They are loaded with a type of omega-3 called ALA, which is amazing for supporting memory and learning. They make the perfect, easy snack to throw in a school lunchbox. Now listen up, because this is a really crucial tip for flax seeds. You have to grind them. If you don't, the whole seeds can just pass right through the body without you getting any of the good stuff. But once they're ground up, you can add this powerhouse powder to literally anything. Smoothies, chapati dough, yogurt. I promise they will never even know it's there. And finishing up this section, we've got chia and hemp seeds. These guys are the masters of versatility. You can just sprinkle them on cereal, blend them into a milkshake, or even make a fun chia seed pudding. Just 1 tablespoon can make a huge difference. All right, so what about beyond the usual suspects? Where else can we find these amazing brain boosters? Let's uncover a very specialized source and get this, a couple of surprising foods you probably didn't expect to see on this list. Okay, time for a super quick science lesson, but stick with me because this is really important. Most plant foods give you something called ALA. And that's great. But the body then has to convert it into DHA, which is the absolute superstar omega-3 when it comes to brain function. So think of ALA as the raw ingredients and DHA as the finished product the brain uses directly. Our bodies can do the conversion, but they're not always super efficient at it. So getting DHA directly, that's the ultimate goal. Which, of course, leads to the million-dollar question for so many parents. If fish is the main way to get DHA directly, what's the vegetarian solution? Is there even one? Yes, there absolutely is. The answer is algal oil. It comes from algae, which is actually where fish get their omega-3s in the first place. So we're basically just cutting out the middleman. This makes it a fantastic, direct, plant-based source of that all-important DHA. Of course, whenever you're thinking about a supplement, it's always a good idea to have a quick chat with your pediatrician first. And now for our surprise sources. Edamame, those steamed soybeans, are such a fun pop-in-your-mouth snack that also happens to have complete protein and a dose of omega-3s. And who would have guessed? Brussels sprouts. Seriously, roasting them with just a tiny drizzle of maple syrup until they're crispy and caramelized is a total game changer for getting kids to love this unexpected brain booster. Okay, our final food category brings us to a true kitchen staple. This just goes to show you that brain-boosting power can be super accessible and totally affordable. That's right, we're talking about simple kidney beans or rajma. This diet staple contains a really good amount of that ALA that helps support the entire nervous system, and they are so versatile. They're perfect in traditional dishes, mashed into a bean dip for veggies, or even blended to thicken up a pasta sauce or make delicious veggie burgers. So, we've met all 8 of our brain-boosting foods. Now what? Let's pull it all together into a really simple, actionable game plan that you can start using today. Here it is, your vegetarian omega-3 cheat sheet. We've got our seeds and nuts. We have our specialized source, algal oil for that direct DHA, our surprise vegetables, and our humble legumes. This is your go-to shopping list, all broken down and ready to go. If you only take one thing away from all of this, please let it be this. The goal here is not perfection. It's about consistency and variety. Just cycling through a few of these different foods each week, that's what makes a tremendous difference in the long run. So, which brain booster are you going to add to your family's menu this week? Maybe a handful of walnuts, a spoonful of ground flax in their morning smoothie, or maybe some fun edamame? Every little bit helps to fuel their incredible future.